It's hard to believe it's already the end of week 14 at the National Personal Training Institute. Week 14. I have 4 weeks to go before I graduate. It's a month. I have a month until I graduate. It just blows my mind. But today we're going to recap last week. And I have, if you follow me on Instagram right here at Boss Lady Melissa with the fancy underscores, I'm sure you saw that I took my day off yesterday. I spent some time with family, and then I stopped at Dick's Sporting Goods and picked up a kettlebell. It's sitting right over there because I've been wanting to try the cleans and the snatches with the kettlebell. I keep seeing people in class do them, and I've only been able to do them with my 10-pound dumbbell. So I've got a 20-pound kettlebell with my name all over it. We're going to give it a go later in this video, along with some push-ups. I think my arms have recovered enough, and I'll tell you in a minute why my legs hurt like a son of a good mother. But I think my arms are okay to where I should be able to do some push-ups today for you. We continued going over special populations, and fun fact, that took me like 4 times to say I don't know why. But we continued going over that in theory class last week. We finished with the senior population, and then we started learning how to help a pregnant woman who is about to or has just given birth. And that was pretty interesting. But we didn't do a lot after that. And I want to send a prayer out to my theory instructor. His father passed away, and he was gone for a day or so this week to attend the funeral. So guys, if you could just wish Chris Williams and his family just a virtual hug, anything, they could really use it. But with the pregnancy population, we learned about the thermoneutral, like the degree and where they have to be so that they don't get overheated. And that's going to be 71 to 73 degrees. We also learned that having them lie in the supine position, which is on your back, is a no-no because that's going to stop the blood flow from getting where it needs to be for the mom and the baby. We also went over, am I saying also too much? I feel like I am. We went over the FIT acronym, the frequency, intensity, time, and type of exercise that we would have to do for that special kind of client. And that's going to be 3 to 4 days a week of training. Moderate intensity. Now, this is going to depend on their BMI. So if you have a client who is 25 or less, then you want moderate. Light intensity is going to be for someone over a 25 BMI. And you only want to start the time equal to maybe a little greater than 15 minutes, up to 30 per session, so they're not overworked. You can do dynamic type of exercises and stretches for both the arms and legs. And when you train someone who's pregnant, I stepped on that chair there. When you train someone who's pregnant, you want to make sure, even if you're only doing the upper body, that their lower body is continuing to move. So if you're doing something, I don't know, I don't want to say jumping jacks. And I have all this information in my head as far as like the exercises, but when I try to stop and think of something specific, it's like someone who's flipping through a Rolodex real quick and it just won't stop. It won't stop where I need it to. There's just too much information up here. Goodness, I don't know. Let's say a high pull, maybe. If they're doing this, you just want to make sure they're like gradually walking in place. They're moving their legs in some form or another. Does that make sense? And you never, ever want to work a pregnant woman's abdominals. Never. Because while they're pregnant, let me set this down. While they're pregnant, their abdominal muscles are going to move from right here to here. They're going to kind of separate, allowing the stomach to let the baby grow inside of them. So if you happen to work those muscles, it's possible that after pregnancy, they won't contract back to where they were. That's kind of scary. My sister, Jennifer, hi. I don't know if you're watching. She gave birth last November. So when I saw her yesterday, she let me feel her abdominal muscles, and I'll be darned, there is really a separation in there. I mean, she's like right here. So I told her just to be careful doing any push-ups, any planks, things like that, because you don't want to really keep those muscles engaged for a long period of time like that, allowing them to go back to where they need to go. We also started studying for test number 7 in theory class, number 7, which means number 8 is right around the corner. That's our final. We also have that 10-minute presentation we have to give in week 17, which reminds me I still need to email my instructor my idea on that. And I don't want to give it away here. I haven't told anybody but my husband and my dad what I'm going to do. So I'll tell you guys maybe in another couple of weeks, but I want to make sure that I can, number one, find my idea in a scientific journal, because we can't present it to the instructor until we found it there. Number two, make sure I can gather enough information on this topic to where I can spend 10 minutes talking about it. So he wants us to choose a topic that has to do with the type of clientele, the type of career we want to build out of our personal training certification. And I think mine does, because my goal is to turn my YouTube channel into not just a watch me lose weight, but it will be more of a let's help you lose weight, reach your fitness goals, build some muscle, things like that. So I'll be going from the student to the teacher. But I'm very excited about it. I can't wait to tell you guys. I was finally able to take my exam number 3 in practical class last week. If you remember from last week's recap, I told you that that exam was going to be on meeting the client for the first time and writing a program based on their goals. Guys, I scored a 95 on that exam. So I was teamed up with Q. Hi. And our instructor gave him the client information so that when I went to go ask the questions, he knew what he had to say to me. So he said that he had hit plateaus before and he wanted to really increase his testosterone along with his energy levels. So I wrote a TOT program, the Testosterone Optimized Training Program. And the only 2 things I missed on that exam were not mentioning how we were going to track his progress, which required him to get a hormone test before we started. And then one of the cool down exercises I gave was a bad position for the spine. So I should have done it seated. And that's a toe touch. So let me back up here. I know you can't see my toes, but I was having him put his feet further than shoulder width apart and then bending down to touch the toes, when I should do that seated with the legs spread to reach for the toes. So with those 2 marked off, I scored a 95. We also started going over our boot camp workouts that we did as teams, but I say my team, we're supposed to do ours on Friday, and one of our 3 members was absent. So I asked the instructor if we could extend it until the next day, not remembering it was Friday. So now we've got to wait until Monday to get it done. Hopefully he'll be there. And Charles, if you're watching, I hope you're all right. I know things come up, and my goodness, those children are loud. They're out there with their super soakers hitting each other. And guys, it is like 60 some degrees out here right now. If some exist, it's probably like 58, 60. I am freezing wearing this. So I don't know why you would want to shoot cold water on someone on a cold day like this, but they're having fun. But yeah, in practical, besides the exam and the boot camps, we were writing longer programs for ourselves while other students took their exams earlier in the week. So I made sure to write a lot of interval programs, because I think that's how I want to take my YouTube channel. I want to introduce a lot of interval training, body weight, dumbbells, kettlebells maybe, into some upcoming videos later this spring and summer. So I wanted to make sure I had a real good handle on writing those. So I did a lot of those. And again, if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen me doing the programs that I wrote, because I make sure to put at least a couple of photos. Some people call them action shots, action photos of me doing the work. And then I take a picture of the program from my book that I wrote. So those are always available there. But because I asked the trainer or the instructor if we could have an extension so that all 3 of our teammates were there to do the boot camp, I ended up causing a chipper for everyone. A chipper is, let me pull it up here. A chipper is a workout where everyone chips in. So we were put into groups again. We were given 3 exercises, 10 minutes each to do. So it was a 30-minute program. Yeah. And it was an AMRAP, as many reps as possible. So this is a chipper right here. And it was something else. Real quick, I do want to thank Q, who was in class. He kind of acted as our team captain. And then we had myself, Tez, and Bruce on Zoom. So we were all teamed up together. Guys, we gave it 110%. We knocked this stuff out of the park. So I just want to, take a moment, tell you to pat yourself on the back because you did an excellent job on Friday. Our first chipper was a farmer's carry on the toes. So what you're doing for this, you're holding dumbbells and you're walking on your tippy toes. Whew, almost fell. You're walking on your tippy toes back and forth from point A to point B. Now, as one person of the group is doing this, everyone else is doing calf raises. So you're just up, whole balls. My legs, you are up and down for 10 minutes. Yeah. Now, while I was doing this, and I lasted a while going back and forth, even considering that I can't wear high-heeled shoes, because that's what it kind of felt like. You're just pretending to walk in high-heeled shoes. But because of the surgery I had on my foot, I'm not able to wear high-heel shoes. So it was a challenge. After, I think it was 8 or 9 times back and forth, I lost my balance. Bottom of my foot hit, so I had to tap in. I think Bruce was after me. And just back and forth with Bruce. And then it went to Taz and then Q. So as they are doing it, we are all doing the calf raises for 10 minutes. After the farmer's carry, we had a renegade plank where you're in a plank position and you're taking a weight. You're doing in the plank position. Just pretend I'm like against set this down. So if my wall was right here, right? I'm in a plank position. I'm taking a dumbbell because you have your dumbbells right next to you. I'm picking it up. I'm doing a curl and then a tricep extension. So let me do it with this arm so you can really see. So I pick up the weight, I do a curl, and then a tricep, and I lay it down. Next arm, down, next arm. Yeah, back and forth and back and forth and back, and mother loving force. While one person is doing that, the rest of us are doing bicep curls for 10 minutes. Now, a lot of people in class, they're dying to do bicep curls, but our instructor is not a big fan of us doing it in class. So he was like, you know what? You guys love bicep curls? Do it for 10 solid minutes. So, and luckily my arms are not as sore as my legs because most of this week I've been concentrating on the upper body. So I think once I think it was Tuesday, my arms were pretty sore. And then I let myself rest Wednesday and went right back into upper body. I think that helped me recover from the chipper on Friday a little sooner than my legs did. After we had the renegade plank, then we had to do the Moulin shrug. So for this one, again, you're holding weights. Now he wanted us to hold 15 pounds as females, 20 for men, I think it was. But I've got the 10-pound dumbbells. So you're holding these weights and then you're shrugging as many reps as possible before you die. And then boom, Bruce, you're up. He would do it. Boom, Tez, you're next. Q, go. That one was so difficult that we decided, you know what, guys, to save our energy, we're going to do 10 each before we tap the next partner in. And that's what we did. But we really knocked everything out of the park. Oh, and while people were doing that, we had to hold the weights kind of in an upright row position, just holding them. And I can't lie, my arms started to shake so much that I was actually using my stomach a little bit to like rest them on for just a brief moment to give my arms a quick rest, and then boom, back up, hold them. So yeah, cheated a little, but whew. So that was Friday. Saturday morning, I got up out of bed. I felt fine Friday evening. I felt fine when I woke up, but when my feet hit that floor, it was over. I thought I was going to die. All of a sudden, the muscles from my knees down. Even my ankle muscles were just like, we don't want to move. So I did a lot of stretching. I went for a walk. I tried to play basketball, but my game was off yesterday. And then I walked around a little bit more. And again, I was okay. This morning, Sunday is when I'm recording this, Sunday morning, it hurt even worse when I went to go get out of bed. So again, did some stretching. I'm still hurting a little bit. So calves, just, what? So good times, good times. Charles and Bruce, I really hope you're ready for Monday because we're going to knock this boot camp out of the park and avoid any other chippers this week. Yeah. But honestly, it's all in fun and it's a really good workout, so I can't really complain. I think that is all I have for the recap, which means it is time for some push-ups. I'm going to do the push-ups first because I don't want to wear out my arms before I try to raise my words, the 20-pound kettlebell over and over and over and over with my arms. So let's get into position and knock some push-ups out. I did start counting this time at least, but I hit 19 and I was like, you know what? Just do a few more, get through this, at least hit the 20. And then I stopped counting. So I know I at least got to 20 something. So let me know what you thought in the comments below. I think I did a little better than I have before in previous videos, just because I didn't stop until I hit 19 at least. I know at first I was stopping at like 4, then I would stop at 12, but I made it to 19 before my arms were like, hold on. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought of that while I get ready to clean and snatch some dumbbells. Dumbbells. Did I just say dumbbells? Kettlebells. And thank you guys so much for reminding me in the comments on previous videos that I needed to buy a kettlebell. It helped. All right, it's so cold out here, but I'm not gonna swing and lift this thing with a jacket on. So we'll pull a 80s, 90s kid wraparound and get to work. Yeah, kettlebells are no joke. I was going a little slower with those cleans and the snatches than I normally do with the dumbbell. It wasn't a weight issue. Like I got the handle of the weight after the first couple of cleans. It's the awkwardness of holding it. And that's kind of what intrigued me to pick one up to try those specific exercises, just because I saw people in class doing it. And it's the move where you're bringing it up, you're pulling your shoulder up, you're doing the high pull, and then your elbow goes out and flips to bring this here into a little pocket. I don't really have a pocket. I have a lot of fat in my pocket, but it goes there somewhere. It's that turn. When I saw people doing it, I was like, oh, well, that doesn't look natural. I want to try it. So yeah, and I did. I tried it. So, and I didn't do the whole deadlift just because my legs, but I bent over, lifted, and then pocket. So it's just that motion. Let me do it with the other arm. So I'm a little even here. The motion of the wrist flipping. And honestly, I'm not moving my wrist at all. What I'm doing as I'm holding the weight, I'm keeping a looser grip so my arm or my hand can move around the handle. And all I'm doing is I'm bringing my elbow in. The act of bringing my elbow in automatically rotates the kettlebell. It's pretty cool. So we go from, let me set my shoulders. Go from here, we lift, and it's just bringing that elbow in. That's it. So I will keep, let me set this down. I will keep practicing, 20 pounds, a little heavy. I will keep practicing those moves and I will perfect the kettlebell. When I posted my picture of that on Instagram, I tagged my practical instructor and I told him, I am now ready for kettlebell workouts. Like, bring them on. So fingers crossed that we have at least one kettlebell workout this coming week. You'll find out on the next NPTI weekly recap. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. And any comments, questions, concerns, what have you, put them down in the comments below so that we can chat later on this week. And until next time, take care of yourselves, guys. I will see you later.